The easy life. When I was young, I thought life was simple. My father had money, so I never worried. I didn't study much and I didn't work. I had everything I wanted. If I saw something nice in a shop, I asked my father to buy it for me. And he did. I felt lucky. Life was fun and easy. My friends told me to think about the future. They said, "You should learn new skills. You should plan something for your life." But I laughed and said, "Why should I worry? Why should I work? My father has money, and I will always have money." Every morning, I woke up late. Sometimes at 10 a.m., sometimes at noon. My breakfast was served in bed. I watched TV for hours. I scrolled through my phone. I played video games. Sometimes I went out with friends. We ate at the best restaurants. We wore expensive clothes. We drove fast cars. I always had the newest phone, the best shoes, and everything I desired. I didn't care about money. I never thought about it. If I wanted to travel, I just packed my bags and left. If I saw a nice watch, I bought it. My father paid for everything. I never asked how. I never asked how hard he worked. I just lived in the moment. I only thought about today. I never thought about tomorrow. But one day, everything changed. That morning, I woke up feeling happy. I checked my phone. My friends had sent messages asking to meet. I smiled and got ready. I wore my favorite shirt and my most expensive shoes. I sprayed perfume and went downstairs. But when I entered the living room, I saw my father sitting there. He was waiting for me. His face was serious. "Sit down," he said. I was surprised. "Father, I have plans," I replied. "Sit down," he repeated. I sighed and sat. "You are not a boy anymore," he said. "You must learn about life." I smiled. "Father, I know life. I'm happy, and I have everything I need." He didn't smile. "No, you don't. You think life is always easy, but life can change. You need to understand that." I looked away. "You worry too much, Father." He said nothing for a moment. Then he stood up. "Come with me." I followed him to the car. He didn't tell me where we were going. He drove silently. The city looked different that morning. I saw people I never noticed before. Workers cleaning roads, fruit sellers, children walking to school. I saw tired faces. I saw hard work. I had never really looked before. We stopped in a small, crowded street. The buildings were old. The shops were tiny. He took me into a workshop. It was hot inside. Many men were working, sewing, cutting, packing. Sweat covered their faces. "This is where I started," my father said. "I worked here when I was your age. I earned little, but I learned a lot." I was shocked. I had never imagined this. I thought he was always rich. "I worked long hours," he said. "I carried heavy loads. I made tea. I saved every rupee. Slowly, I started my own business." We walked to a nearby shop. "This was my first office," he said. "One chair, one table, no fan, no comfort." He looked at me. "You enjoy your life now, but you don't understand it. Everything you have came from hard work, not magic, not luck." I didn't speak. I felt small. He continued, "If something happens to me tomorrow, what will you do? Can you run the business? Can you earn your own living?" I shook my head slowly. "I gave you a good life," he said, "but I made a mistake. I didn't teach you how to build it." His words stayed in my mind. That day, something changed in me. The next morning, I woke up early. I went to my father and said, "Teach me." He smiled. "Good. Let's begin." We went to his office. At first, it was difficult. I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't understand the work. I made many mistakes. I felt tired and slow. But every day, I tried again. My father taught me everything: how to talk to customers, how to manage workers, how to keep records, how to think ahead. He showed me how to solve problems and how to stay calm in tough times. At night, I was exhausted. My back hurt. My mind was full. But I felt something new: pride. A few weeks later, he sent me to handle a small deal alone. I was nervous, but I did it. When I returned, he asked, "How was it?" I said, "It was hard, but I did it." He smiled. Day by day, I changed. I still loved nice things: good food, good clothes, travel. But I began to understand their value. I knew what it meant to earn something. I stopped spending money without thinking. I started saving. One day, I saw my old friends at a restaurant. They were laughing and enjoying like before. One of them said, "Hey, where have you been?" "I've been working," I replied. They laughed. "Working? You?" I smiled. "Yes, my life is different now." They looked confused, but I felt proud. I began reading books about business, growth, and leadership. I started asking questions. I became curious. I wanted to learn more. My father saw my interest and gave me more responsibility. One evening, he said, "You are ready to take the next step." He gave me a small part of the business to manage by myself. It was not easy. I faced problems. Some people didn't listen to me. Some deals failed. I felt discouraged. But I remembered my father's words: "Never give up." So I tried again. Slowly, I saw progress. The workers started respecting me. Customers began trusting me. My ideas worked. Months passed. I was no longer the lazy boy who watched TV all day. I was a young man building his future. One morning, I sat with my father drinking tea. He looked at me and said, "I am proud of you." Those words meant more to me than any gift. Now, when I look back at my old life, I don't miss it. I am thankful for it, but I know it wasn't real. It was a dream built by someone else. Today, I build my own dream. I wake up early, I plan my day, I work hard, I help others, I support my family, and every night I go to sleep feeling proud, not because I have money, but because I have purpose. Moral of the story: enjoy life, but don't forget to learn, grow, and prepare. Life is not always easy, but if you work hard, respect others, and build your own future, you will always find your way, even when things change.